Hey, happy Thursday, everybody. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and this is WSIC Radio. Happy Thursday. I hope you guys are continuing to stay safe, having a great week, taking care of yourselves, taking care of your family. North Carolina, we are about to enter phase 2, so we still need to continue to take our necessary precautions, but we are excited about getting back out there a little bit more. Today, I'm super excited. I don't just have a guest on today's show. I have my friend, mentor, fellow entrepreneur, Danny Decker in the building with me today. I cannot wait to introduce you guys to him. He's a speaker, author, podcast host, consultant, and marketing coach for ambitious entrepreneurs. He's simply amazing. And today's topic is on the mindset of marketing. And I want to use today's show to dive inside of the mindset of Danny Decker and allow him to share some tips and strategies for my audience on how to create a winning mindset around marketing for yourself or your business, as he has built and sold his $1 million business in just a few years. And now he spends his time speaking and coaching people all over the world on how to create and implement strategies to do the same. And if you are just tuning into this show for the very first time, welcome. You are listening to the Mental Fitness Matters show. This show is designed to provide you with tips, strategies, and solutions on how to improve your mental health and your mental fitness. I love bringing in industry experts, entrepreneurs, and people from all walks of life, allowing them a place and a space to share their mental fitness journey, but also to provide our audience with some strategies and resources and practical solutions on how we can continue to improve our mental fitness journey. And if you are a frequent listener, thank you. I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in each week. I appreciate you, and I appreciate the comments that we get each week. I'm just having a blast on this show. I truly believe that our mental health and mental fitness plays a key role, not only in our ability to succeed, but our ability to overcome the obstacles that we will face in life. I think it's extremely important that we begin to develop healthy strategies around mental fitness and surround yourself with positive people, forward-thinking people. Build a community, a network of people that you can grow with and learn from. Align yourself with people who are going where you want to go, who are doing what you want to do. Learn from them, share with them, create with them. The world needs your creativity, so don't be afraid to seek support. I am a true believer that everyone can benefit from a coach or a professional in your life. Everyone can benefit, whether that's for your finances, whether that's for your business, whether you need physical help from a physical perspective or a mental health perspective. Align yourself with a professional. There are qualified people out here waiting to help you maximize your potential. Do not be afraid to ask for support along this journey. We can't be great in everything. The greatest athletes, the most successful people, they all have mentors. They all have coaches. They all have professionals around them. And I am super excited today because I have Danny D in the studio with me because he's been a great support and a wealth of knowledge for myself and my companies. Danny Decker, welcome to the studio, buddy.
Yeah, Tracy, thank you so much for being here. I'm really pumped to do this with you.
I am so excited to have you, my friend. I would love for you have really mastered the art of marketing and growing and expanding companies. But before we dive into your background and your story, how would you share with our audience? I love to ask my guests, how do you stay mentally fit? What do you do now to kind of stay mentally healthy for yourself?
Yeah, no, that's such a good question, Tracy. And right now is these are weird times, right? So like the answer is different now than it was, 2 months ago. Bottom line for me, it's about being surrounded by positivity and outside voices, because we all, if we live in our own heads, eventually, we need input from other people. So I listen to podcasts, I read books, I have coaches. It's all about being surrounded by other people that can kind of elevate my game, honestly.
I love that. Community, build. Get yourself around people who are doing things you want to do. Well, let's get into it, my friend. Tell us a little bit about yourself. You have really learned and built. I would love people to hear your story. If you could tell us your story.
Yeah, I'll do the short version. So
Yes.
Back in 2011, I started a marketing agency with a good friend of mine, and we were both pretty young, kind of just out of school. We spent about a year just trying to figure it out. We didn't really know what we were doing. And we were, I guess, smart enough to know that we weren't smart enough to figure it out on our own. So early on, we invested in coaching ourselves and got some really good advice. Learned the short version is we figured out how to market ourselves, and pretty quickly went from just two guys to a team of 12 full-time employees. As you mentioned, we crossed 7 figures in revenue, and really built an awesome team and served clients in 35 states, and that business, Spotlight Branding, is still up and running today, doing better than ever. But in about 2018, I realized that my real passion, as much as I liked what we were doing at Spotlight Branding, my real passion is for helping other business owners figure out the impact that marketing can have on their own businesses and their lives and the people that they serve. Like, I think the reason I'm passionate about what I'm doing is because most smaller business owners just don't understand that smart marketing can change their life. Yeah. Like, it can. Marketing can completely change the trajectory of your business, which is amazing for you, right? Yeah. But it also ultimately is about serving more people. So to me, like, marketing is where it all comes together. Marketing is maximizing your impact on the world. It's having the biggest impact you can possibly have, while at the same time growing your own business and hitting your own lifestyle goals and taking care of your family. And so for me, marketing is where it all starts. Every business, whether they realize it or not, first and foremost, like they're in the business of getting customers. Right. If you don't have customers, like you're amazing at what you do, Tracy, but if you don't have customers, you can't do it. Right. And so every business, first and foremost, has to figure out how to get customers. And once you crack that code, like, the sky is literally the limit. And so yeah, I get fired up about it.
I love it. I feel your passion. I feel your energy. But that's what you need, that momentum. I love that, buddy. So tell people, like, if people are hearing that word marketing, because we have people, whether they're in business for themselves, we have our audience that's listening there. What would you say? How would you define what marketing is? Because I think some people may think you just put up a sign and I'm ready to roll.
So much more to it than that. But you're completely 100% right. I think that is how people think of it. Marketing is about problem solving. Yeah. Full stop. Honestly, marketing is about problem solving for your customers and clients. You, as a business owner, you solve a problem, right? It could be a legal problem, or it could be a lawn maintenance problem, or it could be a plumbing problem, or any type of problem. But the bottom line is, people hire you to solve some sort of problem or help them capitalize on some sort of opportunity in their life. And so marketing is clearly communicating that.
Yeah.
That's it.
I love it. And what would you say for you as you were kind of growing your business and as you're helping people right now? I know it wasn't easy. You know, you probably faced some challenges, some setbacks. You had to go back into the boardroom and pivot and make some changes. What do you say to people out there right now as they are kind of facing what they're facing, whether their business is closed down, whether they're having to kind of go to online type work? How do people get into that mindset of, we got to figure something else out here?
Yeah, no, that's such a good talking point here. I think one of the biggest things I learned sort of in my 10 years or so in entrepreneurship, and that I would totally go back and tell myself, if I was starting over, and I tell every, like, aspiring entrepreneur this, you never make it. Like, you never get there. Like, entrepreneurship really is, I heard someone on a podcast describe it this way. It's you run into a brick wall, you break through it, and then you're rewarded with the next brick wall. And, like, every time you do it, you're up leveling. So, like, things are getting better and you're serving. But, like, you never really get to a point where, like, everything is good and it's just smooth sailing. Right. It's a series of challenges. And so really, this is just another one of those things, right? And it's different. We've never experienced a pandemic before, but, like, you approach it the same way. What's the problem here? Okay, people are scared. People can't leave their homes. Meanwhile, I have to meet payroll. I have to, pay my rent. How do I deal with this? And it's just, you just dissect the problem, and you basically, the short version, what I've helped my clients do through this kind of process is figure out, okay, what are the problems that their clients have? Like I just said a minute ago, we're in the business of solving problems. Coronavirus has created more problems than ever. Yeah. Like, there are problems out there to be solved. Yeah. And you, as a business owner, you just need to figure out how that's changed. Like, what's the intersection between what you do as the business owner and the new problems created by coronavirus, and how can you go solve those problems? And that's how you pivot.
And I love that, because I think you can use that not only in business, you can use that in life, right? As you're talking about running into these brick walls, we just ran into that brick wall. So how do we pivot and take what we have and do something different? you don't stop. You keep going, And so just because there's a challenge that we're faced with, just because there's adversity that you're faced with, doesn't mean shut the door. It means, okay, let's figure out the next step.
And Tracy, that's why I love what you do so much, because at the end of the day, that process of pivoting and running into brick walls and figuring out how to get around it, like if you don't have the mindset to power you through that, it becomes overwhelming. And I think another quote I heard somebody say, I don't remember who it was, but entrepreneurs don't fail, they give up. Like, that's what it is. Like, you don't fail until you give up. As long as you're willing to keep going and figure out a way around the wall or through the wall or over the wall or under the wall or get friends to build a ladder to climb up, like whatever, until you give up on that, like you haven't failed. And so that's why mindset is just where it starts. And so that's why I love what you do with your business. I love what you're doing with this show, because that's what it's about.
Well, thank you so much, buddy. And you guys are listening to the Mental Fitness Matters Show. I have Danny Decker in the building with me. We're talking about the mindset of marketing. He's mastered marketing and helping other people be successful. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue to dive into side of Danny Decker's mindset. He's going to continue to provide you with some strategies and solutions on how to be the best versions of yourself for yourself and your business. We'll be right back. Hey, welcome back. You are listening to Mental Fitness Matters. I am your host, Tracy Alston, and I'm sitting here with the amazing Danny Decker, author, speaker, podcast host, consultant, marketing experts for ambitious entrepreneurs. Danny Decker, thank you so much again for being here. As we're talking about the mindset of marketing. Let's get into what is working right now. So let's talk about what's working right now as it relates to marketing.
Yeah, no, awesome. And so, like we mentioned in the last segment, like it starts with figuring out what are the problems that your clients and customers are facing right now.
Yeah.
And it depends on the industry you're in, right? Like there are businesses right now that can kind of continue with business as normal. Mm-hmm. And so they need to keep kind of preaching that same message. But then there are businesses where, they can't serve their clients right now. Or, their clients are and customers are just not willing to buy because they're freaking out about, they don't know if they're going to have a job. They don't know, all of this uncertainty. So it's understanding what is the mindset and what are your customers kind of experiencing, and then speaking into that. So I'll give you an example. I have a client, I'm not going to get into specifics, but his business has changed. He can't directly serve his clients and customers right now. But what he can do is provide them with some really helpful financial information. He serves business owners to help them figure out how to navigate, all of these different aid programs that are available. So he is smart enough to say, listen, I'm not going to try to sell a service that people can't use right now or aren't willing to use. But what I can do is put this information out there and use that, not just put it out there on social media like into a void, but create a smart marketing sequence where he's capturing contact information. So he's creating resources and putting it out there for people, but then building his email list. And by the time this is all over, he might have 10,000 email addresses. And it's not making him money today, but you better believe that is setting the stage for a 7-figure revenue stream once we get back to normal. So it's looking at it that way. It's saying, okay, maybe I can't sell today. Maybe I can, but maybe I can't. But if I can't, what can I do? And putting content, and I almost hate to use the word content because it's so overused. Putting information, putting value out there, information that people can use to make their lives better, and in the process, building your list and building your tribe, like that's an amazing strategy right now.
That is huge, and I love that you do that very well yourself. You always provide just content, information, resources that we can all benefit from. I think that's a great point. It's not about, like you said, you might not make the money today, and so may. But what are you doing? How are you setting yourself up to be successful on that back end? Because things are going to change again. Yeah. Things are going to get better. Things are going to improve. Where are you going to be after this, right?
Exactly.
And we have to look at that in every single area of our life. What can you be doing right now? With the time that we have, what can you be doing right now? What can you be working on right now? What seeds can you be planting and sowing right now that you may not necessarily see the growth or the birth of, but after this thing goes, after this season passes, you'll have something or you won't.
Exactly. It's putting in the work now. Like none of us would have chosen this, but it's happening. And so how can you take advantage and make it into the best possible, thing and set the stage for the future? One other thing I want to talk about that's really interesting right now, Tracy. So, are you a TikTok user?
I've just started dabbling into it. Haven't really been doing it much. I need to do it more.
Same here. Just interested, right? We know it's especially in quarantine, TikTok is just exploding.
Yeah.
Like it's faster growing than LinkedIn, Twitter. Like it's ridiculous. It's crazy how fast it's grown. And I'm not telling every business owner, I'm not telling you have to go be active on TikTok. But what I think TikTok teaches us right now, and I think it's really the future of social media.
Yeah.
When you look at the fact that like teens and Generation Z, like TikTok is their preferred social media. What it tells us is that you have to be interesting. Like TikTok is, for those that aren't familiar with it, it's 15-second silly videos like set to music, but it's addicting. Like you start scrolling and like 30 minutes later, like you didn't know how it happened, but you killed 30 minutes. And what it is it's like the perfect combination of like music and length, and it's entertaining.
Yeah.
And so what it I think reveals is that if we want to have people's attention, because marketing starts with attention, if you don't have someone's attention, nothing else really matters, right? If they're not listening to you, it doesn't matter how important your message is. They're not going to hear it because they're not listening.
Right.
So people have to understand that when you're trying to grow your business, you're not just competing against your literal competitors, right? You're not just competing against the other businesses that do what you do. You're competing against every single thing that's fighting for the attention of your customers and clients. And TikTok and Instagram and YouTube, they're all doing that. So as a business owner, if you seriously want to market, step one is you have to have attention, and the way you have to do that is you can't be boring. Like you have to be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you have to shoot TikTok videos, but you better have a message that's relevant to people. You better find a format to communicate that, whether it's video, whether it's, really good writing, whether it's images, whatever it is. You have to have a format that can grab someone's attention and hold their attention quicker than, the 15 seconds that they have before TikTok sucks them in. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Great advice, Danny D. That's a great tip. What other tips would you give as our audience are listening right now, if they're looking at marketing themselves, marketing their business, trying to step their game up in any area of really putting their best foot forward? What would you say? Where would you start?
Yeah. So number one, be interesting. First and foremost, like we just said, you have to be interesting. But here's the thing, and you touched on this at the very beginning, Tracy. A ton of business owners think that marketing is just putting up a sign or building a website or doing some search engine optimization. And kind of the drum that I've been beating for the last year and a half is it starts with a strategy. Marketing is much bigger than just a website or a slogan or a logo. Like a mature marketing system is it includes your brand strategy. It includes your referral generation strategy, your client retention strategy, your lead. It's bigger than just one thing. So, and that gets into kind of what I do, which is helping business owners step back and say, all right, we need to get off this train of, throwing money at SEO and then throwing money at a Facebook ad and always being frustrated and never achieving the growth we want to achieve. And we need to start by stepping back and creating a plan. And saying, where do we want to go as a business? What kind of business do you want to build? Do you want to build a $1 million business? Do you want to build a $100 million business? Do you want to build a $250,000? Like, what do you want to build? What do you want your life to look like? And then what type of business do you need to build in order to serve your life? And then how do you create a marketing strategy to get your business where it needs to be?
That's good. And I think that plan, starting with the game plan, starting with the action plan, what are your goals? Because if you don't even know where you want to go, how do you begin to map this thing out? So having people start with the plan. So you coach people, entrepreneurs, small businesses on how to get there. You also have a book, Danny Decker.
Yeah, so I wrote a book called Marketing Simplified, which is available, by the way.
Which you should definitely get. It's incredible. Great nuggets.
So it's on Amazon. You can get it from my website, DannyDeckerMarketing.com. But kind of my whole thing, and the reason the book is called Marketing Simplified, and I have a podcast called the Marketing Simplified Podcast, is because at its core, marketing is actually not that complicated. Like, it's really not. And in the book, I break down kind of the 4 pieces of a marketing system that you need to figure out. It's your brand, it's your referral system, it's your retention system, and it's your lead generation system. And basically what I do in the book is I explain that format, but through the prism of the success that I had with my last business at Spotlight Branding, where we went from 0 to 7 figures quickly, and did it really by a simple, it's step-by-step process. Like, I'm not a genius. You don't have to be a genius to do this stuff. You just need a plan, and you just need to work the plan. And so the book is kind of an outline of how to do that.
That's huge. It's a good read too, and I love your company, Marketing Simplified, because what you do, you really do. You bring in solutions and strategies. You've helped me a lot in terms of just providing practical strategies on how to set up a system, work that system, allow that system to continue to work for you. So I think you're doing a lot of great work, my friend.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. I love what I do. Like I said at the beginning, I'm just really passionate about the role marketing can play for a business and for that business's customers and clients. And it's just, I mean, again, Tracy, like, you own a couple amazing businesses and you impact a lot of people. And it's like marketing helps you impact more people. And so all of you listening who own a business, like, you should be, and this is another fun conversation because I don't think people think about marketing this way, but you should actually be really proud and excited for your marketing, because ultimately it's how you serve more people. It is how you make a bigger impact in the world. It's like, do you want to make a little impact? Do you want to make a medium-sized impact? Do you want to make a huge impact? And marketing will help you make a bigger impact. And it's fun. And I feel like, I don't know, marketing gets a bad rap, and I understand why. But yeah.
That is huge. And I love the word impact, impact, impact. You're making an impact. So no matter what area or what industry or where you are in your life, you have the opportunity to make an impact. And as we think about marketing, as we think about our brand, no matter what, if you're a business owner, if you're just kind of out here working for somebody else, you still are a representation of you. Right? And that's how you identify. And when people see you, what do they think of? And so as you are going out into whatever world or whatever space, recognize that you have the tools on the inside of you to make an impact. If you want to create a plan to create and improve relationships in your family, if you want to create and improve relationships in your business or your next steps or in school, create a plan. Start with the game plan. Get your mindset wrapped around that first. Create a game plan. If you need some supports, there are coaches, there are professionals, there are people out here to help you and want to help you maximize and reach your goals for your fullest potential. You know, whether that's in your health, mental health, physical health, financial health, your wellness, whatever areas of your life. Danny D, we have about 1 minute left. How can people connect with you? I heard you mention your website and your social media. If you can let people know one more time how they can get in contact with you.
Yeah, sure. So my website is DannyDeckerMarketing.com. And I actually put out a weekly, completely free newsletter. It's called my Marketing Tip Sheet. And you can subscribe right on the homepage. And that's where I kind of send my marketing strategies and whatnot. So I would encourage you, if you own a business and you want to learn more about marketing it, go to DannyDeckerMarketing.com and sign up for that. I'm also on Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook. You can just search for Danny Decker. You'll find me.
Oh, that is so awesome. It's been a pleasure having you, my friend. Thank you so much for all you do for myself and all those that you serve. I want my community to continue to shine bright like the stars that you are. Go out, have an amazing week. Phase 2 is opening up. Stay safe. I'll see you guys next week.